Hi guys, welcome to Koala Hugs. My name is Kristen, and today I'm going to teach you how to be motivated to learn a new language. Learning a new language is fun, challenging, and rewarding. But for me, I find often that when I try to learn a language, the more time that goes on, the more and more I end up putting it off. And the next thing I know, weeks have passed and I have not learned a single new thing. In fact, I might have forgotten what I've already learned before. And now I have more things to learn, and now there's more to do, which makes me want to put it off. And you see how it keeps building and building. I often find that by figuring out what motivates me to learn, that helps me stay on track and make the progress I want to make. Okay, let's start. So first, it's important to figure out your why. Are you learning a new language for a business? Are you planning on doing international work? Maybe you are hoping to travel somewhere and you want to be able to use the language and communicate with locals. Whether it's one of these or something else, figuring out your purpose and your goal is what drives you to work harder and to continue to go back at it again and again and again. Now, there's two types of motivation: extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation. Extrinsic motivation is when you're motivated by external rewards. This could be money, praise, or attention. Intrinsic motivation is when you personally find it rewarding to do something. An example of intrinsic and extrinsic motivation for me learning a language was way back in high school. Oh, I said way back. I'm not that old. In high school, I was studying Spanish, and I took Spanish for 3 years. And 3 years is a lot of time to be studying a language, so hopefully, ideally, you made progress, right? Kind of. My goal when learning language then was I want a really good grade. I want to get the best grade that I can. So I did get the grades I wanted, and therefore, to do that, that means I needed to study and actually know the content, know the verbs, know the conjugations in Spanish. So in one sense, I knew the language, but immediately when I walked out of the classroom, now, a few years later, I don't remember any of it because it was all extrinsic motivation for me to learn. I didn't have any intrinsic motivation, so I didn't retain any of that information, and none of the language really stuck with me. Now, on the other hand, I've been studying French for the past few years as well. And in that situation, I had to teach myself. But the more I taught myself, the more I really wanted to learn the language. And I wanted to learn it so badly that I retained and I really held on to everything I learned. There, my love and interest for French is what drove me to learn the language, not any little rewards or getting a good grade. And now I'm able to see long-lasting results in that. Now, I wouldn't say that intrinsic motivation is always better than extrinsic motivation. In fact, you need both in order to succeed in meeting your goal. Strive to make your learning process as intrinsically motivating as possible, while peppered in with a lot of extrinsic motivation as well. By using what really gets you going, what you're really interested in, and using that to help motivate you to learn, it will get you farther. It will get you farther in your learning process than if you stick to only using extrinsic motivation. Ask yourself, what do you find fun and how can you incorporate language into that? What are your interests, your hobbies? What do you like to do? My roommate and I love to watch Netflix. I mean, who doesn't? We often like to watch movies and TV shows in French with Spanish subtitles. So while I practice listening to French, she gets to practice reading Spanish, and together we can enjoy entertainment while learning language. Change it up. Variety is the spice of life. And so maybe if you're just going to the book, a textbook, hours a day, eventually no one really feels like doing that forever, and you'll lose motivation. But maybe if you try listening to podcasts and reading the news, or try online classes for a while, that will help keep you going. Extrinsic motivation is really helpful because it'll allow you to set goals and have milestones you can work towards. It makes your overall goals more attainable because it allows you to have minor successes to build on. You could set small goals and rewards for yourself. For example, maybe your goal could be to learn 10 new vocab words a day. Or maybe once you learn a whole new tense, that one that's really daunting and intimidating, you could treat yourself and go out for something. Like I said, rewards are a really good idea, but also maybe try planning mini trips or little cultural excursions where you could learn more about that culture or that language and fuel your interest more. If deadlines and schedules work for you, maybe you could try saying to yourself, I'm going to, by this date, learn this much material, and then you'll be able to work towards that. And when you meet and accomplish a goal, be sure to celebrate it. It's awesome you did that, but be sure to set a new goal. Otherwise, you might find yourself again without motivation to move forward. I myself am at this stage where I've met a lot of my goals, but this next big one, my goal to pass the B2 exam in French, is coming, and I just need to get myself in gear. As a recap, 1, determine what your long-term goals are, why you want to learn a language, or why you need to. 2, find ways to motivate yourself intrinsically in that process. And 3, see if you can build little stepping stones of extrinsic motivation for you to work towards your overall goals. And before you know it, you won't be putting off learning a language to tomorrow, but instead, you'll find it more fun and enjoyable to do it today. Alright guys, I would really love it if you could put down below in the comments what is your motivation, what are your goals, and what language you want to learn. Thanks guys for watching. So if you found it helpful or enjoyable, please click subscribe, like, and comment down